Hello, it's Evelyn again. Today, in this episode, I'm going to finish this cute little picture in Reptiloids. Anyway, it's adorable. I may not be able to pronounce the name of the book, but it's adorable. So I've still got to do the bed and background and the butterfly. So let's get started. Once again, I'm using the Holbein. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Holbeins. And I'm going to start with cork, which is OP 171. I really should have sharpened my pencil before I started. And I'm going to start working on this wood. And I want to just lay down this real light tannish color that is cork as my base of my wood. Because this is definitely wood. This across here is wood. Obviously this is wood. This I'm not sure if I want to make it metal or wood. So, but we're going to start on working on these wonderful wood posts. Again, I'm using a really light pressure, but with the Holbeins there's so much pigment. Maybe I should go back to school and learn how to talk. That, or as Emily says, words are hard. There's so much pigment that it does not take a lot of effort to get a lot of color laid down. Which is a plus. And I'm doing this kind of as a very simple, not a lot of shading, not a lot of extra techniques on this. And the reason I'm doing it this way is it's a simple little picture. It's not something that's got a humongous amount of detail. It's meant to be cute, and I like cute and adorable. And you'll have to forgive me. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I was trying so hard not to do that. It's so easy, and I hate doing that. And yes, people, tag me that you saw me use my hand. I'm guilty as charged. I know that kind of makes it look like there's nothing. Let me turn my book. Do the wood outline. I'm actually going to do interior, because I will shade it interior to make it darker, but let's get a nice little base down of that lighter. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this design. I think I may, instead of trying to get super fancy, just make it black, use a black pencil, but I'm really not sure at this point. I'll see how I feel after I get all the colors and shading in. As I said, on this particular picture, I'm not doing elaborate on it. I'm trying to keep it simple. And I'm just going to color over this whole medallion. I may cover over so I get a good cover. I'm sorry, on this base coat I'm just getting a good cover. Probably not the best, but I want to make sure that I've got all the nooks and crannies covered, at least with some color on it. And that's with these little small details, that's the easiest way for me to do it. If I use pencil or a pen over it, that will cover up the light, but that way I know for a fact that I've got color everywhere I need to have color. I know, I'm just so... I'm kind of doing sloppy, and sometimes sloppy is the best. So we've got the wood done. Now we're going to go with a darker color, and I think I am going with Coca, which is OP098. That's not my picking up my eraser for my pencil sharpener. I'm just going to go in. Add some darkness. To the center part. This is where our fine tip is a good thing. Like this is stained. Oh, I'm not. The problem with filming late in the day, it is now later in the afternoon, is I run out of things to say, and my brain just wants to shut down and just be quiet and just it's going, just color. Screw. Who cares about you talking? But you know, it's not a very exciting video if I'm not talking and explaining what I'm doing. It is still Sunday, and I know I'm going to post this video on Monday, but I'm actually coloring on Sunday, because whenever this video gets posted, I will be at work. Haha. Yeah, definitely I think I'm going to do the design in black to highlight it, to bring it out. If I don't, then it's going to look kind of, it's going to fade too much. Whenever I pause, I'm taking a step back and looking how it's coming out. Sometimes you get really focused on what you're doing and you're not seeing the overall picture. And I like to take a momentary step back and see where I'm at in the overall progress of the piece. I don't know if that actually makes sense or not, but I want to see what it looks like as if it's coming together the way I think it should come together. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right, but you know, if it's similar to what I had in mind, what I want to do, or how I want it to look. Had to put in a little, sharpen that point on there to do those little spots. Okay. But today, as I said, it's been a beautiful day outside, but it's hot and kind of muggy. Even Mr. Riggs doesn't want to stay out for very long. He just kind of goes out, rolls over on his back, sticks his tummy up, gets his tummy nice and warm, and then he's ready to come back inside. It's like, okay, Mom, I'm ready for the AC. But that's normal. He plays all day with all week with his friends at daycare, and then on the weekend he just wants to sleep and relax and take puppy's naps. Okay. Now I'm not gonna do the highlights with this coca. I'm actually going to go with the darker brown. In this instance, it's going to be sepia, and that's OP182. And this is a really dark brown. As you can tell, the difference is striking. And I'm just going to put in a little detail on the bedpost. Again, really light pressure. I want to hint that there's darkness here. I'm going to kind of fill in this space here with dark. My book again. Finding some edges. Defining some of the carving. On the feet. Taking the cork again. Coming in, doing a little bit of blending. So that it's not quite as harsh. I'm going to take the sepia, get a real nice sharp point, kind of go along the border here on this inlay, the fine line, trying to define it a little bit better. Make it stand out. like going into the space. Okay. And there. Now let's do this side. I know I'm not talking, and it's like you guys are probably like, talk, you've got to give us the instructions. You at least act like you know that somebody's listening to you. Kind of shade in that area again. Fill in on bedpost. Do around, kind of make that rounded here, and kind of not exactly copy the other side, but at least mimic it enough that it looks like it's one piece of furniture. I would love to have a bed like this. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here coloring going, I would love to have a bed like this. I'm going to take the cork, go over it, kind of blend in some of that dark color that I've laid down so that it's not so striking, the edges aren't as striking. That actually looks like a piece of the furniture. And there's most of the bedpost done. I'm going to put the corking that away. I'm going to take this sepia and just go into this dark space here. Get a nice dark contrast to really bring out the contrast. Yes. Now I'm trying to decide whether I want to do red or purple curtains. Almost thinking red. With maybe a wine topper or a wine color, because I don't think you would put blue sheets on a bed with purple hangings. But then again, I could be wrong. You know, who knows what Reptiloids would do. Okay, there you go. Now the bed's basically done. I'm going to run a line of this sepia down here on this part of the bedding. Also, because I'm pretty sure it's probably aged and seen better days, but one never knows with a reptile's bed. Okay. There. Now we got the drapes and this upper dome. And the upper dome, I'm leaving because I'm really not sure what I want to do with it. But I'm going to pull burgundy, which is a really nice color. And what I'm doing, so you know, I've got my Holbein, and I'm kind of looking for a color that would go well with the burgundy. I'm not sure. I think strawberry is a little, maybe not the burgundy, maybe the red wine. Yeah. I'm going to put the burgundy back. See, you can change your mind. And go with strawberry and red wine. Sharpen the strawberry. Again, I'm just going to lay down a light layer of color over the whole all of the drapery. I'm not going to worry about. I do want to color kind of in the wet, in the, like the so if there is coloring lines, that it looks like the lines follow the drape of the material, because you never know. You don't want to go up and down. That would look horrible. And continue on doing the drapery. Trying to get that sway in the material. I really like this color. Gotta remember that. I like strawberry color in the Holbeins. Usually it's a much darker reddish red, but this is a really nice color. I guess I haven't used my Holbeins enough to know all the colors, and yes, I did swatch them, but I don't know. I love swatching pencils. It gives you an idea of what your colors are, and then I totally forget to pull them out to look. I need to get into the habit of pulling out the swatch whenever I color. That way I kind of know what the color should look like whenever I apply it, but I do it by eye because I live dangerously that way. I think so. It's not to get too muddled with all the colors. I also think I'm going to do the dome in the same strawberry. I'm really liking that color. I can't tell you how much I like that color. Again, I'm just doing a light layer, nothing fancy. Just trying to keep it the strokes in alignment with how the material or item would go. So one thing I see people do that drive me crazy is color across the what's a permanent color, I'll tell you that much. Color like this, And to me, it's like, no, no, no. You gotta kind of make it, shape it into what you're doing. And I'm making a mess. Apparently I'm 3 years old and I can't stay in the lines this afternoon. To give his due, my fourth and final load of laundry is in the washer, so it's been a kind of a busy day. I will fully and completely admit to the fact that I hate doing laundry. Just absolutely hate it. I like clean clothes, don't get me wrong. The process of doing laundry is just time consuming, and I find it annoying, and unfortunately I am not rich enough to afford a maid service that would do my clothes for me. And besides, I think it would be kind of weird having somebody wash your clothes other than yourself. I know as a child I didn't think that way because mom washed my clothes, but as an adult I guess kind of like kind of an odd concept of somebody else washing your clothes. But just because I like clean clothes and don't want anybody else to wash them for me does not mean that I enjoy the task of doing laundry. I would much prefer that I could wave a magic wand and have my clothes clean. But alas, that is not the real world. You have to do laundry. And it's not even like I'm taking them to the laundromat. I'm going down my basement. It's just the task itself that just annoys me. I am not a domestic goddess in any way, shape, or form. Never have been, never will be. I'd rather sit and color all day or paint or be creative, anything but do housework. But alas, I don't live out in the wild, and housework and laundry and doing dishes all become a necessary part of life. Okay, coming along nicely. And I know I didn't do the little scroll yet. I wanted to get done with this because if I do it black and I decide to use a marker, I don't want to smear marker all over the rest of the page. And I don't know, maybe it's me, but whenever you use a black pencil on something, it seems to smear twice as bad as any other color that you could ever dream of. So okay. Sorry. Talking, my mouth is dry. Had to get a drink. Okay. Now with the red wine, which is OP060, I'm going to go in and add some shadow and highlight to some of these areas. Just kind of emphasizing the creases here, making it look like there's actual movement in the cloth. Okay. Now, if you want to see a flip through of this book, Ashley did a flip through of this book. It is adorable. It is just so funny and adorable. But I figured I was not going to do a flip through since Ashley had already done one. And Ashley Colors is the whole main reason I actually bought this book. Is because of her little flip through. So in the first video on this, I linked her YouTube channel, and I will do that again on this one if you want to take a and watch her flip through this book. She's also a fine artist, or colorist. How do you... Go. I'm going to put a point on this. Come up here and add some definition. My cord is annoying me. There. Sorry about that. Let me just swing you around like you. Got this little chunk of stuff that's being annoying. Story of my life. And I'm not being consistent on these ruffles. I know whoever drew this was, but I feel like they shouldn't be. As if this is an old-time bed, it will have some wear and tear on it, and things don't. Anyone that's getting older knows things don't always stay in position. Whenever you get older, things kind of sag and move around. So, okay, again, got a tip that was getting a little dull because I kind of want these lines a little sharp, and definitely flicks up. Man, little strikes of color. And last one. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to grab the strawberry. My sharpener is getting full, I can tell, because it's leaving crumbs of other colors that I've sharpened. There. That should solve that. Okay. And I'm going to just go over this. With the strawberry. Bringing that out. Take that red wine. Making it a little darker there. Again. Take a step back. Look how it's looking. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much abuse this paper will take before it gives up the ghost. So I'm trying to be gentle, do light layers, but not too many light layers. If it was better quality paper, I could be more, not necessarily rough, but know how much it could take. And now I'm so close, I don't want to ruin the picture. Kind of getting rid of some of the white. Now the question is, I hadn't planned on using the blender, but I can use the blender. Just kind of smooth this out. I may try doing that with the curtains. See how it works. Or maybe the wood. I'm a 3-year-old, I can't stay within the lines. There are days. Just want it all consistently a similar color. Go, and pretty happy with that. Now the little things hanging down, I'm not sure. Let me find my black. I am doing just black. A nice sharp point. Yeah, that works good. Fill this just out. Fill this out and get this I thought about doing ink pen on this, but I think that would be a little too sharp with the old style this bed is looking. Kind of old and cranky, like it hasn't been cut, you know. It's an old piece of heirloom furniture that maybe has not been kept the best. So I don't want to get too sharp and crisp on the black, because then it will look like they've repainted just one area on a really old bed, and that wouldn't do. It's not something a normal being would do. It would have repainted the whole thing. So there you go. As I said, I'm still not sure what I can do with this. I'm torn. I may leave them and come back and revisit them, because I'm really not sure what I want to do with the dingly little things. It's a horrible thing to admit. I'm really not sure in what directions do I want to take it. Okay. Then what I am going to do, again, get a nice sharp point. Still using my black. I'm going to go in between these little circles. Up here, and make those nice. Dark. Flip through it back and get that number sepia. And color this. I was going to use cork, but I've got so much red where I over colored. It's going to have to be the sepia. I'm going to take the black and definitely define that. Now these little dots I'm going to use gold gel pen on, because they're too tiny to do the 3 colors that are required to make gold. I don't think they would look right if I did that. So I'm just going to use a gel pen and put the little dots in. And as I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the dangly things. And I hate the fact that I don't know what I'm going to do with the little dangly things. It's sad. Sad, sad, sad. I may leave them until later, until I can make up my mind. And just finish this as a work in progress. You can do that if there's one little small item that you're not sure. Don't worry about leaving it as a work in progress. It's fine. It's perfectly fine to do that. I'm going to see how the gold looks whenever I put the gold on these little dots. If it looks good, I may just make them gold. I don't know. Repoint out my pencil they're getting a little sloppy there in those little bitty spaces. Again, I am not pressing very hard. It's one of the reasons I like the Holbeins. I like a pencil that you don't have to grind into the paper to make a point with the color. And I got my Holbeins off of Etsy. I know that if you're in the US, you can go to Amazon Japan and order them, but I went to Etsy. Okay. I'm going to leave the black out for right now. And I'm going to take strawberry again. Bring this cord, pull cord down as a strawberry, and I'm pressing a little bit harder than I normally would. And then let me find that red wine. Okay. The sepia. And this time I'm doing in little circles, trying to fill in. Little notch. Little red wine. And lastly, no, I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to grab my gold pen. I have two gold pens. One is super fine and one is not. That's what I'm going to use. Go in and just top gold. Bunch of those circles. Making the dots. Okay, I'm dotting where the dots are not. I think I think. one last little thing to do. I almost forgot about the butterfly. So I'm gonna grab a really pretty blue, which is cobalt blue. And go ahead, wings blue. It's just simple little butterfly. Not really symmetrical either, but that's okay. I'll accept him just the way he is. Okay. Came on in. Do a second coat. There you go. And take that black. Do the holes black. We have a cute little butterfly now. The only thing left are these crystals. And I'm going to try something here. I've got my test sheet of paper. If I do that with gold and that was a silver. My silver's not wanting to work. Come on, guys. Maybe I won't do that with my silver. Okay, maybe not. Do I have another silver pencil? Yes. That was silver. Gold. Not really sure, but let's go for it. So I'm going to take the silver, do this edge of all the little danglies. Was out of frame? Oh my goodness. Because I hate leaving a picture unfinished. Although I said it was okay to leave it as a work in progress, I just don't feel like doing that. Because it will weigh on my mind on tonight whenever I finally go to bed. Okay, I did all the silver on the right side. So now I'm going to do the left side of silver on the bottom. My My, there's a lot of these little suckers. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking, I don't know. I understand why now that they're not consistent, because you can tell it's hand-drawn, not machine-produced, because there's an inconsistency to each item because they're hand-drawn. But that's okay. So it makes each coloring page unique. Okay, so now that I got all the silver done, now I'm going to take the gold. There it is. And go the opposite side. That's not bad. I like that. Make it fancy and smancy here. We have a Reptiloid of refined distinction here with his gold and silver tassels on his bed. Okay. And now go up here and do the opposite side on these. Trying not to smear the stuff I just did on the bottom, it's wet. Because I should have done the upper before I did the lower. But live and learn. Okay, I am not going to do the background. I was originally going to do the background, but I think doing the background would just take away from the overall aesthetics of it. So at this point, I'm going to call it done. I hope you enjoyed my trip through Reptiloid fun. Oops, sorry. This is the finished page. I hope you've enjoyed following along with me as much as I have enjoyed doing it. And thank you, and thank you for coming along my coloring journey. I'll talk to you later. Bye.